Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta. I'm a wife, mom of 3, and an NANP certified supplement professional, but that's not all. I'm also the founder of the most innovative health supplement company, awarded 4 years in a row, Accelerated Health Products. We are a brand offering innovative, natural, scalar-enhanced supplements unlike any other company, and the goal is to optimize your health. This podcast is not just a source of information. We're a community. We're all here to learn and grow on our health journeys, regardless of where you are today. And the podcast is the springboard to learning. The free group coaching on Telegram is where we continue learning together. You ask your questions. I post tips and tools daily to keep you motivated and moving forward. So here's what you can expect. New episodes every Monday and Wednesday with in-depth health discussions and expert guests. Hot topics like this one that are in the news every Friday to keep things fun. And then, of course, followed up with the free group coaching. And the details can be found at SaraBanta.health.com. Have you thought about detoxing, but you're a little worried? You don't want to be hangry. You don't want to be put on a juice cleanse. You don't want those detox flu symptoms. Well, I've created over 10 unique, easy detox cleanse programs, from the colon cleanse just to get pooping, to the parasite and the candida cleanse, the kidney cleanse, the bladder cleanse, the liver flush cleanse you should be doing at least 4 times a year, and the big one, the accelerated diet cleanse, where you reset your weight goals, your brain, your gut, your hormones, all the things. And you can take the detox quiz at SaraBanta.com to find out which one's right for you. And maybe you're not ready for a detox. Maybe you just want to start with 1, 2, 3 supplements. Well, I can help put together a protocol for you. Just fill out the free supplement protocol on the website. And just by taking a few steps forward with your health, you will change your life. The difference is I'm here to help you every step of the way. Today, we are talking about something that is very close to my heart. Women are at a greater risk of Alzheimer's. According to my genetics, both of my parents have given me, God bless, the gene for Alzheimer's. So I am doing everything that we will be talking about today. And I will be doing anything new that comes in the news that talks about how to prevent Alzheimer's, because it is so big. The rate of people getting Alzheimer's and dementia now has skyrocketed. And for years, scientists have known that women are more likely than men to develop Alzheimer's. And this is the most common form of dementia. It was long believed that this was simply due to women living longer because we're more resilient and stronger, right? As age remains the greatest risk, but new research from Harvard has uncovered a deep biological explanation. We are more vulnerable to a toxic protein that I talk about a lot, that toxic protein buildup in the brain called amyloids. This link between toxic brain proteins and Alzheimer's in women is driven by the accumulation of 2 harmful proteins, like I mentioned, the amyloid, and that forms sticky plaques that damage the neurons. These amyloids can do damage throughout the body, not just the brain. And tau, which forms tangles inside brain cells, disrupting their ability to function and survive. Both men and women develop these amyloid plaques. We're eating them in our food from the conventionally raised chicken, poultry, and beef. And the spike protein also increases amyloid production in our body. But this study found that women who already had high levels of amyloids were more likely to accumulate the tau protein at a faster rate than men, especially in the regions of the brain linked to memory and visual processing. This accelerated buildup of the tau is thought to be a key driver in Alzheimer's, increasing that cognitive decline, and memory loss. So obviously, if it's a men-woman thing, it's probably a little bit hormonally based, right? Well, during this menopausal stage, right? I'm 49. We're getting into that area of age where perimenopause and menopause, more women are more prone to that toxic tau accumulation. And this could be because of that dramatic drop in estrogen and progesterone. Both of these hormones play a role in brain protection, reducing the inflammation, supporting the neuron function, and a rise in the follicle stimulating hormone FSH. Some studies suggest high FSH levels may contribute to tau buildup and cognitive decline. So these hormonal shifts might create an environment in the female brain that allows these tangles to spread more rapidly than in men. So what does this mean? This means that we need to start looking at hormones, making sure we're preventing that hormonal decline, taking into account all the things that cause estrogen dominance, progesterone decline. You know, I'm seeing this in my young daughters and the young girls where their PMS symptoms are so much worse because progesterone is so low, estrogen's high, the bad estrogens, estrogen dominance. And we're also seeing it in men. So my guess is that yes, women have a higher rate of Alzheimer's, but my guess is also that the rate of men getting Alzheimer's is probably growing as well. So 944,000 people in the UK currently live with dementia, and this is expected to rise sharply. 7 million people in the US are affected, and this is projected to increase due to the aging population. And the economic cost of dementia is expected to double in the next 15 years. So this is huge, and we have to do something about it now. So obviously we want to support our hormonal balance, optimize our brain nutrients, engage in those brain boosting activities like mental stimulation, exercise, social interaction. Community is one of the 4 pillars of health, right? So getting out, and I talk to my mom and my dad all the time about it. Get off the couch, because it's easy to get lazy when you're old, and go meet your friends, go for walks, get in the sunshine, make sure you're sleeping, do the puzzles, make sure you're reading, all of that. But you also need to detox. So I want to go through some supplements that, and this is in the order of priority. We're going to go through quite a few, but I'm going to really highlight the ones that make the biggest impact. Number 1, acceleradine iodine. So iodine is essential for brain health. Iodine deficiency is the number 1 cause for depression. Iodine deficiency is the number 1 cause for mitochondrial failure. We are only as healthy as our mitochondria. Those are the powerhouses of the cells. So when they start dying, we die, and that includes in the brain. Iodine is needed for the thyroid, and the thyroid is the bridge from the brain to the body, right? So we need to be supporting the thyroid. The thyroid needs that 3 and 4 molecules of iodine for the T3 and the T4 thyroid hormones. It is needed for your brain. It plays that direct role in thyroid hormone production, estrogen and progesterone balance. It helps cleanse the blood of all the xenoestrogens, the bad estrogens that put our progesterone and estrogen out of balance. And it really helps with balancing those hormones throughout your lifetime, whether you're 18 years old and having PMS symptoms, to fertility goals, or to menopause and perimenopause stage of life where your hormones are changing so rapidly. Iodine is needed for detoxification. Iodine is needed for that cell membrane, which is the brain of the cell. It has an iodolipid value, iodine and fat value, that makes up the cell membrane. That allows all the toxins that I talk about, the fluoride, I just talked about nitrates that get into the cells. We need to get them out, and we need to get the nutrients in. We cannot do that without a healthy cell membrane. And iodine is needed to cleanse the blood so the liver can do its job. And that iodine fuels that mitochondria, the energy of that cell, helping to prevent neurological fatigue and memory loss, because we need that energy in every cell of the brain. It also reduces the amyloid plaque formation. So remember, after the last 5 years, the pandemic, we have been exposed to so many more toxins, including these amyloids that are these misfolded proteins that our body can't break down. So you're also getting them from the chicken, the poultry, the conventionally raised beef. It's not the chicken's fault, but they're living in these crowded areas that's stressing their proteins out, their bodies out. So you take in this clean, low fat and protein of chicken meat, and it goes to the liver, and the liver can't break it down into those amino acids and then repackage it to build your muscles or your hair or your brain tissues. But instead, these amyloids get deposited in your body, including your brain, causing dementia and Alzheimer's. And it also can trip up the gut pathogens and cause gut issues, leaky gut, letting the salmonella or the E. coli or other pathogens take over your gut, which is going to inhibit the nutrient absorption from the little nutrient we get from our soil depleted food supply. That is compounded by the fact that 70% of the food supply is processed foods, making things even worse. So you want to stay away from those foods. That is going to exacerbate your risk of getting dementia or Alzheimer's. That's a side point. Okay, so acceleridine iodine is the only iodine that is in the pure monoatomic form, one molecule, ensuring the maximum bioavailability. Most iodines only have about 10 to 20%. So you're getting a deeper cellular penetration. You're going to feel it in your thyroid and your energy, fat oxidation. You're going to feel your brain wake up. It's going to start decalcifying the fluoride out of your brain, all of the main things. So the number one supplement for you women and men to prevent Alzheimer's, to prevent dementia, is acceleridine iodine. Number two is methylene blue. It's all over the news for so many things. It's antiviral, antibacterial. It helps with mood. It helps get you out of depression. It increases ATP. It reduces inflammation. Well, what it's also doing, it has been shown to help prevent Alzheimer's, which is so exciting. It enhances the mitochondrial energy and reduces oxidative stress, just like the iodine, but it increases that ATP production inside the cell, inside the mitochondria. Alzheimer's patients often suffer from mitochondrial dysfunction, leading to low energy production, and the methylene blue enhances that ATP generation, keeping the brain cells energized, and it's also a very potent antioxidant, as is iodine. Iodine is more powerful as an antioxidant than any other vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, any of those. You pair that with methylene blue, and you are really helping with the oxidative stress in your brain and your body. The methylene blue also helps with the neurotransmitter function. It enhances dopamine and serotonin activity, which are crucial, not just for mood, but for memory and cognition. And it also reduces things like the nitrite and the nitrate toxicity that I just talked about online, as far as this is found in our water, and just even a little bit of it, that toxicity is increasing our risk for cancer. And it's just an example of the fact that we don't even know what else is in our water and our food supply. We know that fluoride and nitrates are, but there's so many other things. And when you use accelerated methylene blue, acceleridine iodine, you're going after everything that you know and everything you don't know, and getting them out of your body, reducing that oxidative stress and inflammation that lead to diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's. Accelerated methylene blue is second to none. Why? Because we use the John Ellis distilled water that on its own can devitalize foreign pathogens and viruses and all of that. And then we run it through the grander water system, which energizes or gives the water life force. So it has much more impact on your body. Number 3, now I talk a lot about my liver, and I talk a lot about your liver, and we need to be taking care of our livers. They are under attack, and we think that, it's going to just do its job because that's the way God made us. Not so much anymore. We have so many toxins, so much radiation, all of the things in our air, our food supply, our diet, from our makeup, our hair stuff, our laundry detergent, all of these things, the nonstick cookware, and our livers are tapped out. And guess where your hormones are regulated? Your estrogens, your testosterone, your progesterone, all in the liver. Guess where your cholesterol is managed? In the liver. Guess where your blood sugar is managed? In the liver. Alzheimer's is known as type 3 diabetes. Let me say that again. Type 3 diabetes is Alzheimer's, meaning that Alzheimer's is connected to high blood sugar. I have so many people coming to me, and me included, when my liver was under attack about 6 months ago, where out of nowhere my blood sugar was through the roof. And why? Because my liver could not manage my blood sugar. Was not changing anything, no sugar, not eating any crap. I was sticking to my diet. I do not drink alcohol. And my blood sugar went up. And that is putting me more at a risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. So you want to take care of your liver, and you do that with the accelerated liver care. Within 2.5 weeks of taking accelerated liver care, my liver enzymes went from a skyrocketing number of 700 down to normal, and it even shocked me. So it is so important to be able to detox the body from all the toxins that get scrambled into your brain, clogging your brain so you can't think. You got brain fog on a daily basis. You can't remember where you parked your car, but you also are risking that future dementia and Alzheimer's. And it's also detoxing your liver so your liver can do its job and help with your gut health. Your liver health is a huge part of your gut health and assimilating the proteins and the fats and the carbs you eat. When my liver was under attack, I was not breaking down proteins into amino acids, and I was losing muscle mass because my body was not using the fuel that I was taking in. You've got that liver-brain connection. The liver is so important for that detoxification, the hormonal balance, the fat metabolism. All of those things affect Alzheimer's. The toxic buildup in the brain, including the heavy metals, the pesticides, the synthetic chemicals I talk about, the excess estrogens, which have been linked to increased tau protein accumulation in Alzheimer's, that poor fat metabolism impairing the absorption of brain nutrients like the omega-3s, the vitamin D, choline. You need fat to be assimilated in the body for your body to even use these maybe supplements that you're taking. And then chronic inflammation, which accelerates the oxidative stress and the neural damage. So you need that properly functioning liver. So what is in the accelerated liver care that is so powerful? It has milk thistle, which enhances glutathione production, which protects the liver. Bupleurum, which is a liver detoxifier that enhances phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox pathways. TUDCA, which you may have heard of, helps flush out the fat-soluble toxins. Philanthus, which is known as the stone breaker. This helps dissolve the gallstones and the kidney stones, which can block detox pathways. And so all of these things are going to help with your liver function and preventing Alzheimer's. And it also helps balance estrogen and prevent the hormonal induced brain inflammation. Calcium D-glucarate, many people just take that on its own to help bind up the excess estrogens. Well, we've put it in the accelerated liver care, and it supports the phase 2 liver detoxification. Bupleurum regulates estrogen metabolism, preventing estrogen dominance, which is associated, of course, with Alzheimer's. And the TUDCA improves the bile flow, which is essential for breaking down and eliminating the excess hormones. And it helps support mitochondrial function, We have the Thai black ginger, the skullcap, and the blue clarum all help increase mitochondrial health and cellular energy and help with the oxidative stress. And then they also reduce the brain inflammation in the brain and helps with the plaque buildup, the tau tangles, the neural death. Milk thistle does that. The skullcap does that. The calcium D-glucarate. So all of these ingredients are meant to work together and help reduce the estrogens, increase that mitochondrial health, help with your overall liver health, which is so important for preventing the brain decline. And it also is going to help with enhancing your fat metabolism and your protein metabolism. We need that protein so we can think, right? And we can't use the energy we take in unless we're able to break it down and our liver is able to assimilate those proteins and fats and carbs into our body. Okay, so those are the top 3 supplements: accelerated iodine, the accelerated methylene blue, accelerated liver care. Now we're going to get into some other supplements that help with preventing Alzheimer's, but I didn't want you to feel like you have to take everything. If you're me, who has both genetic genes against me, I definitely am taking everything, and I feel great. At 49, I feel better than I did at 20. So number 4 is accelerated thyroid. Most of you are suffering from hypothyroidism, and there's a huge thyroid-brain connection. It regulates oxygen flow, glucose metabolism, and neuroprotection in the brain, and it helps. It is a major risk factor, hypothyroidism, for Alzheimer's. So you want to make sure you have an optimized thyroid. It enhances the brain metabolism with the T3 and the T4. It reduces brain inflammation. We have put in a Conchinara gugaloo, which is an Ayurvedic herb known to help detoxify the thyroid in the brain, and other ingredients to support thyroid health. Next would be the accelerated scalar copper. So copper is known as brain food. There's a reason. It is essential for neurotransmitter balance, iron metabolism, and so many people are suffering from copper deficiency, and we're actually having too much iron in our body, but it's not in all the right places. You need copper to open the door to let the iron that's already in your body to get to where it needs to go. Copper deficiency has been linked to diseases including Alzheimer's. Copper enhances brain oxidation, helps support antioxidant defense, boosts the neurotransmitter production, and helps with that iron. If you've been anemic before, you know that you're not just tired in your body and fatigued, your brain's not working, right? So accelerated scalar copper is the only scalar enhanced liquid form of copper that optimizes that cellular absorption. Most coppers only get about 5 to 10% absorption. We've enhanced it with scalar frequencies to help with the cellular absorption and balance out the iron copper balance and the zinc copper balance in your body. Next would be accelerated fast. So I mentioned that Alzheimer's is known as type 3 diabetes. Well, that's blood sugar related, right? Well, accelerated fast kicks you into ketosis, supports those ketones to feed your brain, which is a clean brain burning fuel, reduces oxidative stress in the brain, gives you the power and the willpower to say, I'm not hungry, I can fast. That's going to lower your blood sugar, lower your insulin resistance, trigger autophagy, support the ketone production, and it actually works on your liver as well. You can take the accelerated liver care and the accelerated fast and the accelerated aminos all together. They work synergistically together. The accelerated aminos are supporting your protein intake if you're not able to get enough protein in, or if you're trying to build your muscle more and burn fat at the same time, that's helpful too. But accelerated fast is going to help you with your fasting, with your intermittent fasting, and increase that autophagy, increase the ATP, and stabilize your blood sugar. The highs and the lows of blood sugar will only worsen your Alzheimer's risk, right? Now, as we're detoxing and as we're being bombarded by all these toxins, you need to sop up those toxins and get them out of your body and take the burden off your liver and your kidneys. And you do that with the accelerated cellular detox powder. This binds to the heavy metals and the microplastics, the zeolite, the diatomaceous earth, the activated charcoal, safely remove the aluminum, mercury, and fluoride. And it will also eliminate the pesticides, the mold toxins, supporting that gut-brain connection. And it also has chitosan in it, which helps take out excess dietary fat and cholesterol out of the body. So these supplements all together are really going to put you in a position where you're preventing the long-term effects of brain decline that also make you feel good today. And you're not going to have any detox symptoms. That's the way these supplements are designed, is so you feel good, so that you can actually do life the way you want to do it. You want to perform at work, be the better mom without losing it on your kids, or a better wife or husband, and not have these hormonal imbalances during menopause just take you over and you lose it, right? Well, supplements aren't the only thing that you need to take care of. That's just one piece of it. You need to eat the right foods. We want to get rid of those amyloid proteins in our meats. Get rid of the chicken, get rid of the turkey and the pork and the other poultries, conventionally raised beef. Search for that wild animal protein, the bison, venison, elk, lamb, wild salmon, trout, all of these good nutritionally dense foods that your brain and your body are asking for. They're much easier to digest. They're going to build your muscle and help you lose fat, but they're also going to feed your brain what you need, right? So that is number one. You want to focus on the foods that I've listed in the accelerated food guide as well. And you want to make sure you're sleeping, right? We need to sleep. Our brains don't work if we don't sleep. And we want to reduce our stress. So much easier said than done for me as well. But mindfulness, breathing, exercise, all the things, journaling, prayer, use those tools to lower your cortisol levels. It is a huge factor in all of these diseases. You know, my parents are in their 80s, and I look around and who of their friends are doing great and who are in the facilities for dementia and Alzheimer's. And the ones that are suffering from the brain decline, they're the ones that were in high stress situations, high stress jobs. A lot of these men that are multimillionaires are there because they were under such severe stress for most of their life. There is a connection. And those were men. So imagine if they were women. So hopefully this was helpful, giving you a little oomph to take better care of yourself, take the right supplements. Remember, the top 3 supplements are the accelerated iodine, accelerated methylene blue, accelerated liver care, and then you can use the accelerated copper, the accelerated thyroid, the accelerated cellular detox powder to fill in the gaps if you want to really give your brain and your body the supplements it needs in this ever-changing toxic world. Thanks for listening. Our discussion does not have to stop here. If you're feeling lost in the supplement world, I'm here to help. You can start by getting your free supplement protocol at SaraBantaHealth.com. Follow me on social media at Accelerated Health Products. Join the free group coaching on Telegram. You can find the link at SaraBantaHealth.com. And find this podcast and all my podcasts by searching Accelerated Health with Sara Banta on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, E360, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Roku, and over 100 different platforms. Share this podcast. I'm sure you've got family members or friends that have the genetic disposition like I do to get these diseases of the brain. And unfortunately, even if you don't have the genetics, in our toxic world, we are all at a higher risk. You can use coupon podcast 10 to get 10% off your first order. Remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.